Global Radio Network. We circle this thing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with some of the finest broadcasts you can find anywhere around the globe. And welcome to the set. I see my panel. Oh, let me announce what it is. This is Groove Swing Speaks, coming to you each and every Tuesday right here on this network. And if you're on the West Coast, it's 4 p.m. Central Standard Time is 6 p.m. And on the East, it is 7 p.m. We got a special guest tonight. But before we introduce him, I'm going to bring on my panel. I see Tanisha. Hey, Tanisha.
Hola.
Hey, how are you, dear?
Doing well, doing well. Can I make an announcement real quick?
Yes, you can. Let me go around the panel, then I'll come right back to you, okay?
All right.
Also, as usual, Tiffany Hilliard.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. It's great seeing you. And my brother, Sergeant Clayton Brown. Hey, brother. Your mic is muted. Okay. All right.
Greetings, brother. Greetings, my sisters.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, young man. How are you?
How you doing? I'm good.
Yes.
What we want to hear.
We're going to introduce him. That's Mr. Perry P.J. Jones. I'm excited about this. I had a chance to talk to this brilliant young man a few days ago, and I'm still excited about the conversation. And Tanisha, you want to make an announcement, dear?
Just a brief announcement.
That's all. Okay. Come on.
Okay. So mark your calendars for April 26th through April 27th. It's going to be over in the Hamptons. So it's called the Air Power over Hamptons Road. Basically, the Air Force Base, Langley Air Force Base, is going to have an air show on April 26th and through April 27th. It's free to the public. So if you know anybody that's in town, have them to go join the air show and have a fabulous show. So
great. Thank you for that.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we get, I'm going to do something a little unusual today. Let's see. Is that Brother Hicks? Okay, I think he's trying to get in. Okay, I think Brother Hicks is trying to get in. Okay. All right, we'll let him in a second. Okay, Brother Hicks. Let's see. Brother, okay, let's do something real quick. All right. Brother Robert Hicks.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, good evening, my brother.
Good evening.
Hey.
Good evening. And I want you to meet Mr. Perry P.J. Jones, okay? He's our special guest tonight. And I'm going to do something a little unusual. And then we're going to get right into it. All right, let's do this. Make sure. Okay, here we go.
Stay on standby.
Hey, girl. Sorry we got on the wrong foot last time.
Well, I was gonna call Matthew Machete and have him deal with you if you ever spoke to me again. But your apology is greatly appreciated. What even made you think of making that fart remark anyway?
I was dumbfounded by your beauty.
I was dumbfounded by that booty.
Me off, or would you stay up? Don't dust yourself off and try again.
Oh man,
that was good.
Very good.
Very nice.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the set, Perry P.J. Jones, and I'm just going to start here. Then we go around the board here with our panel. Hailing from a faith-centered foundation, Perry P.J. Jones is a multifaceted talent and future leader in the entertainment world with aspirations to pursue higher education and refine his craft. PJ is committed to bringing his creative visions to life while staying true to his values. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the set, Perry P.J. Jones. Hey, PJ.
Hello. Good evening.
Oh man. I just showed that clip to my brother Clayton earlier today, man, and we were in a restaurant and I had to play it over again. It was funny. And you, as a young man, I want to make sure that I have my facts straight. You're only 18 years old, am I right?
Yes, I'm only 18.
18 years old, man, and we're so proud of you and your aspirations.
Thank you so much.
I was telling you a story about my brother Clayton that's on the set right here, and you were telling me, and I was asking when where you discovered who discovered your talent, and you were telling me that I believe it was your mom, and it was at the age of 3,
Yep.
and she saw a picture that you drew. It was a toy that you had, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you drew that, and it was unbelievable to her. But what even more unbelievable when your dad came home and you had to do it again.
Yep. Yeah. So basically, when I was 3 years old, I was just at my little SpongeBob table with my mom, and I was just drawing a bunch of things with my Crayolas. And I had a little plush of Goofy, and I drew that. My mom saw it, and she was like, "Hold on, wait a minute, you did this?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "We're gonna surprise your dad." So my dad was on the road for work. He came back, and then it was Father's Day, so I had turned that drawing into a Father's Day card. He came back, "Happy Father's Day," showed it to him. He looks at the drawing and looks at my mom and goes, "Oh wow, you drawing cartoons? You usually don't do this." And she was like, "No, I didn't draw that. PJ drew that." My dad was like, "What?" And he's looking at me, and I'm all little, and I'm looking at
Yeah.
him, and he's like, "I don't believe it. Do it again." So I said, "Okay." Got a piece of paper, did the whole thing over again, and my dad looked at me and said, "You got something. I
Right.
never ever thought that you would
Oh
have
boy, I
something
love
like
it.
this. Man, you got something." And since then, my parents have been supporting me like crazy, and I've just been working hard and hard and hard.
Wow, wow.
I
Well,
love
there's
it. I
another
love it.
artist on this panel here, and I'm gonna toss this. Normally, I toss it to the ladies, but I'm gonna toss it directly to Clayton because Clayton is a brilliant artist in his own right. And Clayton, you want to tell the story about how and who discovered you?
I'd be more than happy to tell him the real story.
Yeah, the real
And
story.
yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Because William, he would want to take credit for discovering me, as he would want to say, but he
Hmm.
never paid me anything. So hey,
Oh
that
snap!
old saying, "Starving artist," that was me. Okay, so I love your story. I'm not gonna make this about myself because you are the guest. And animation, what you're doing now is what I wanted to do back then, but I stuck with more of a realism, painting what I saw. But I wanted to get into animation. But I did get a taste of it in my Air Force career. But at that time, all my troops was having all the fun because they had the best of toys. So what you're doing now is, man, I would love to know that craft all over again. So kudos to you.
Thank you, thank you.
Fantastic work. It's funny. And I want to know who tells your story throughout the animation. Is it you or who
It's all
writes it?
me.
It's all
It's all
you?
me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Basically,
that's another gift in itself. Come on, tell us about it.
so what you just saw was a snippet from my pilot. I have a pilot out on YouTube, and it's called PJ's Homies. And Homies is based upon the lives of me and my best friends, Jamie, Lynn, and Lewis. And we played three characters based upon ourselves: Cameron, Jenny, and Antonio. And the whole series is just focused on the life of these three diverse kids and what they go through, their different experiences, everything that comes their way and how they deal with it. Because my friends and I have a very funny way of the way that we look at our lives, and through every loss and through every win, we take things, we apply them to our lives, and we just have fun with it. So I really wanted to show that through animation. And in the pilot, we're sitting on the steps in front of my friend Lewis's house. Lewis plays the character Antonio, and we just talk about our love lives,
Oh,
quote unquote,
okay.
because we're 16 years old in the pilot.
So
We
you
ain't
telling your own
got
story then?
definitely, yeah. And my friends, they pitched in. They
Okay.
gave me little tidbits like, "Oh, you can add this about me and this about me, or you can make
Oh,
something up." But I wrote the whole pilot by myself. I wrote the whole script in about 2 weeks, August 2023. I designed all the characters by myself, and I animated the whole thing by myself. Did sound effects, everything.
oh
But we
man, you don't
recorded the
have to
entire thing.
pay anyone then, do you?
Not yet. Not
A
yet.
one
Not
man
yet.
stop. I
Not
love
yet.
it though. You are very
Thank
talented,
you.
man. I'm telling you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love to see where it's going.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll definitely be
Absolutely.
following you. Tiffany, what would you like to share with or ask this young man?
Um, I started watching your pilot and I was like, okay. And I got my BA degree in digital filmmaking. And so my question to you is what application software do you use to create your storyboard?
I do the whole storyboard on Procreate. It's
Okay.
an app called Procreate. It's on iOS devices, iPads. Don't know if it's on anything else, but it is the best. I use it for storyboards as well as my like own art that I do in full color. Like all digital art, I do through Procreate.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, because I'm used to, the what did I use back in school? Photoshop
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and all of that, so it was
Sure
kind of
do.
telling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay. My question is, so I know you said that you guys are talking about, your love story, your love life and whatnot. I don't want to jump ahead, but can you tell us a little bit about, is it gonna be who's the main audience? Like, is it just geared towards, like, people around your age group, or is it, some more serious topics in advance coming?
Well, Homies is like it was initially intended for a teenage audience. So
Mhm.
kids like at least 13 to 18, 19, because they can relate to these characters, the stories hit. After Homies came out, I realized that it's kind of universal. Like
Mhm.
people were coming to me saying, "Oh my gosh, what the character Cameron been through? I've been through that." And this and that, people way, way older than me. And I'm like, wow, the audience is really universal. Little kids loved it, older people loved it. My age group loved it, so I'm very happy. But in the future, you can expect like a mix of different stories from these characters. On one hand, I definitely want to stick with the lighthearted nature of things and tell comedic stories. An episode coming soon is about Cameron and Antonio selling sneakers, and a limited edition pair of sneakers they sell off on accident. They got to go get back from the sneaker don. He's like the mafia of the sneakers, right?
Mhm.
But I definitely want to tackle other things, like other serious topics, like race, most definitely, because the
Right.
cast, the
Okay.
main trio, they're three different ethnicities. Cameron is African American, Jenny is Dominican, and Antonio's Puerto Rican.
Mhm.
So how their cultures clash, how people from the outside come in and look at them and bash them for different reasons, because we've been through our fair share of things in real life too regarding race. But yeah, like we're not gonna get too
All right.
deep, but we're
Mhm.
going on a Proud Family type level. If y'all know the cartoon the Proud Family, how
Yeah,
they
Yeah,
tackled
I
their
love it.
issues.
yeah.
Love
Awesome.
it.
Thank you.
Oh, this is
Thank you.
absolutely incredible. Tanisha? Oh, let's see. We need to unmute your mic. Okay. There you
PJ,
are.
can you hear me, guys?
Oh, yes,
We hear you.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
PJ, you have an old soul.
Yeah.
An old soul.
Took the
I
words
will.
out of my
I
mouth.
will say. I will say that much. But I did have a couple questions as far as like when when you do your animation, of course you do all your sketching, your characters, so forth and so on. But like my question to you is like, how do you put it on like on a platform? Like you ever? I know you've seen Brickleberry. Like, how do you get to the point where you can actually expand your animations to a level like that? How do you get to that place? Do you sell it to Netflix? Do you reach out to someone like that, or how do you take it to a next level?
That's
Like,
more so
hmm?
that's like it's more so of a gradual thing. Like right
Okay,
now, I'm making sure I build myself by myself,
okay, okay.
because if you don't put yourself out there, it's like you'll always have that great idea within you and it'll linger. And I can't stand that. So I'm
Mhm.
making sure that I just put my stuff out there because I want to entertain and inspire.
Yeah.
But eventually one day somebody will see it, might see it, but I'm also going to put myself out there. You with a animated series, you have to like dig deeper with it. You got to make a pitch and then a pitch bible to make sure you sell to different studios. I've got all of that, but it's just about taking that extra step whenever you're ready for it.
So when you have something like that, do you have to go get different type of licensors or something like that, or some type of like trademark to trademark that? Would you be like, would that be your next steps in order to trademark your ideal so no one doesn't steal your scripts?
Oh, listen, most definitely. Before Homies even came out,
Yeah.
we made sure we bang bang bang. We
Yeah,
trademarked
yeah.
all of that. You know,
Bang, bang,
just
bang,
making
bang.
sure, just making
Absolutely.
sure. So
Okay.
Homies belongs to me legally. So
Okay.
you go.
you know,
There you
but
go.
Okay.
once you take it to a different studio, that's when you make those certain business negotiations that
Okay.
go on behind the scenes. But still, it's my creation. I own it.
Right
It'll
on.
just be a distributor like Disney. They'll distribute it. You know, Netflix. They'll distribute it, but it'll still be my intellectual property.
I got it. I'm impressed with you, 18-year-old.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yes.
excited.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
motivated now, right?
Okay.
We're motivated, ain't we?
And we have someone else on the panel who I think may know a little something about trademarks.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Brother Hicks, good seeing you, my man.
thank you. Now, even though, in essence, we work alongside some areas, or at least we are compatible, or at least linked together with the trademark office. So you probably might have already filed everything. So just make sure that's all taken care of and squared away. So you're already on your P's and Q's on that. And I saw a little bit of your pilot episode, and definitely you have a wide range of creativity when it comes down to the various different characters that you have. Is there one character in particular besides yourself that stands out more in these in these specific episodes that you create?
Oh, most definitely. I say, other than me, like we have a main antagonist, kind of sorta, and she's introduced in the pilot. It's this girl named School Pants, and School Pants is basically the character Jenny's rival. You kind of see it a little bit towards the end of the pilot in the pilot. You kind of see them butt heads towards the end, but as these episodes progress, I want to show that Jenny can be taken down a peg because Jenny is a character who's very headstrong. She's on top of everything, but this girl gets on her nerves. They've been rivals since they were kids, and she's the most popular girl in school. Everybody loves her, and I'm gonna basically break down that character. Why is she so mean? Why does she treat the homies like this? Why is she so obsessed with Cameron? Why does she want nothing to do with Antonio? There's always layers to characters, and that's something that I learned from my life that I'm making sure I apply to the cartoon. But we never figure out her name. Her name is School Pants from the pilot to till they graduate from high school. And if you want to know why her name is School Pants, you gotta make sure you watch the pilot because there's a pretty funny reason behind that.
Yeah, exactly. I would also say, excuse me. I'll also say, when did you first catch the creativity bug when it came down to animation? So, do you know like the exact age when this occurred, or did it just happen just as one of your gifts, PJ?
I think that when it comes to just drawing just clicked in when I was 3, but the animation side of things had to be like maybe 7, 8, because that's when I'd be on my iPad a lot, and all I would look at on my iPad is how to draw videos or how this or how that, right? And then those how to draw videos turned into looking at behind the scenes videos at movies like Aladdin or Lion King or even a Goofy movie. And I would just see the animators draw the characters over and over again and see how these sketches turn into fully colored images and
Yeah.
the things I watch on TV every day. And I was like, wow. And the most important thing about it was like on movies like Goofy and Aladdin and Lion King was seeing African American people do it because
Right.
usually you don't. So when I would watch those videos, I'd be like, oh wow, I could really do it. Like people who look like me could really, really do this. And it blew my mind. And then I saw Space Jam and I saw a black man with Bugs Bunny, and I was like, yep, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is the path I want to take my life.
Fantastic, thank you. And kids, it just goes to show you there's some intellectual stuff that's out there and some informative stuff for you to be able to carry out your dreams. Not everything has to be goofy or ratchet or whatever it is that you need to see. Make sure you make sure you get the opportunity to see PJ's animation video to start.
You know,
Yeah,
what I notice and is that uh, you have a level of enthusiasm about what you do that most people your age and even much older don't have. And it seems like you have a passion for that too. And Tanisha
yeah.
point out something too. You are wise beyond your years, young man. It
I
is
appreciate
absolutely
it. Thank you.
incredible.
Yes, sir.
And because when I was 18, I don't know what the hell I was going to do. You know, how many of us know we haven't have had goals when some of us did had goals and we knew it seems like you have a certain direction about yourself. What do you attribute that to? Is it your parents? Because apparently they are great people. Your parents. What keeps your head level? And you say, okay, I'm going to do this. And it seems like to me, not only do you have the passion, but you seem like you're on your way to getting things done, and you get things done. What does that passion come from? That enthusiasm come from?
I feel like I could like attribute that to three things. First is God. Second
Yes.
is my parents, and third is just myself. But first of
Mm,
all,
Yeah.
God, it's like as I've grown, my faith has grown stronger with me. And I've applied like many like religious virtues into my life because I grew up Christian. I'm a very devout Christian. I believe in God, and um, my faith has just built. So
Yeah.
what I believe is that faith behind works is it. God will show you certain things, put certain things into your life, and be
mhm.
like, okay, this is what you want to do. This is what you prayed for. I'm going to give you all the materials. I'm going to give you the tools. What are you going to do with it now? Are you going to just sit
Mm,
around and pray for me to do something? Or are you going to work with what I've given you? And what
Wow.
I've done is
That's deep.
just work with what God's given me. And as I've worked harder and harder and harder, and I've seen my artwork grow, I know it's nothing but God. I know it's nothing but God just pushing me into the right direction. So
mhm,
first
mm,
thing is God. Second thing, since I was young, my parents have always told me, do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. If you get a job one day, you got to do what makes you happy. We don't want you living your life, just doing something that doesn't make you happy. You got to do what makes you happy. You got to always be yourself, and you always got to keep your head up high. So all of those virtues I heard when I was like really young, like 3 years old, 4 years old, whatever. I really applied it to my life, and I didn't realize I did. And when I do certain things and I go out or my friends will come to the house, my parents will always be like, you see, we always told you this and that and that and this. I don't remember it. I'm like, y'all did. I thought I just did this. I thought I came out like this. And they laugh. They're like, no, no, no. We implemented this into your brain since you were young for a reason. And I'm like, wow.
Wow.
But my entire family is like my
Yeah.
biggest support team.
Yeah.
Like they've never doubted what I wanted to do. They never looked a certain way. They're like, okay, you want to do this? Well, we're gonna support you fully, and we're gonna give you the materials and everything you need. And we're gonna repost like crazy, and we're gonna show up to all of your events, and we're gonna be there for you. And with myself, because of all these things, God and my family, it's built me into the young man that I am today. And I thank God that like I'm not perfect at all. Nobody's perfect, but I'm becoming more well-rounded because of my surroundings, because of the people in my life.
Yeah.
Old, new, coming in, out, my family, God, everybody. But I've applied all of that to myself, and my family, they've helped me just look at life with a positive lens
Mhm.
over it. I always say that your own perception is the most important thing. If you go through this life with a negative perception and you think pessimistically about everything, that's how your life is going to be. But
Yeah.
even on a bad day, if you just look on the bright side and be like, okay, God bless me with the roof over my head today, or God woke me up today. In general, I have a purpose. There's things that I'm still going to be accomplishing in this life. I'm still going to be doing things. That'll keep you going. That'll always keep you going. And I've failed with certain animated projects before, but that failure has helped me create homies. You never win the first time. If you don't fail, you're not winning, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So once you put yourself out there, once you do what you got to do, you're good. You're good. And I'll always keep my head up high because a good attitude will always like put you in good places. Like
I,
good comes to a good attitude. You know,
That's
you got to put out what you want to receive, basically.
absolutely.
You know, all right. Did you do?
Yeah.
Did you have you graduated from high school yet?
No, not yet. I graduate in June.
Well, you should be
Hey,
doing the commencement speech.
hey, William, can
Because
I
Oh
ask him?
man.
Can I
no,
ask him
because
this
you
question?
are a motivator, young man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank
You
you.
are a
I
motivator.
just want to ask this question.
Go ahead, Clayton.
Can I get your autograph before you blow up where I can't
Yeah,
get to you?
definitely.
You're right.
Yeah,
I just want it right now. At least a IOU. Can I get
That
that
is
off your
funny.
Oh,
chest? So
Can I have a
so
little?
while I may
Can I
not
have a
appreciate
photograph
it,
so
I
I
don't know.
can put it on a
But I'm
mantle
telling you,
somewhere?
I am
Okay.
telling you, I wanted to hear your story because I can reflect because that's me. I may be
mhm.
a whole lot more years older than you, but I wanted to hear your story because the fact is, I saw I was cut from that same cloth. And my brother William, he's my oldest brother. He could contest to that. That's exactly how I went through life at 18. I knew what I was. I knew what God had gifted me to have at a young age. But I tried to get away from it too. And the Lord said, no, you're coming back to me. I gave you this gift for a reason, and you're sharing it with the world. You're sharing your story through your gift. That is your purpose. That's my purpose still at my young age. And that's everybody's purpose on this panel. Use your gift because that's your message to the world and what God gave that precious gift for you to share. Not to keep it. I appreciate you, young man. I do want that autograph too. I am
I
serious
got
about
you.
that.
I've got a question for PJ.
Thank you.
PJ, is this the first radio show? No, we don't do interviews. We have conversations. Is this the first radio conversation you've had or interview? Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah. This
it is.
is.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, so we have an exclusive right here. We had the first. We can tell the
Man.
world when he become a multi-billionaire. We say, hey, look, he was on the buzz, baby. He was on
That's
the
right.
buzz.
Oh,
Your also your grandmother is listening.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh wow, 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 wow,
Say
wow.
hello.
Yep.
Hello,
That's my
hello.
granny. What's going on, granny?
Absolute granny.
Hello.
Look here, grannies are important. They
Most
are
definitely.
important. Grandfathers are important. I mean,
Most
your family.
definitely.
Let's get them back. Uh, Clayton and I, we had to go to an event today, and on the way back, no, he came up for a little bit, and we had a little visit before he went home. And I was saying, I was talking about you, PJ, and I said that young man, he has to have wonderful parents. I don't know whether I phrased it just like that or not, because I was talking about him
Yeah.
and my nephew, which I'm so proud of, also, who happens to be a captain in the army right now. He's
Yes.
captain, right, Clayton?
Yes, Marcus Brown.
Marcus,
Yes.
and I was so, and I'm so proud of that young man. And I said, and I know that Clayton and his wife, they are outstanding parents. And I was telling Clayton the same thing about you. Your parents got to be some special people. I love how they nurtured you. They gave you
mhm.
the space to do what you want to do. They
Yes.
encouraged you. And people
Yes.
really don't understand how important that encouragement is. And I can
Most
see how
definitely.
oh man, it is absolutely incredible. So say hello to them and tell them I am so proud of them. Would you do
Yes.
that for me, please?
I got you.
And
Mom,
please,
dad. I know y'all listening. Hello. How are y'all? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you for all of this. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys and your support and your love throughout everything. I know this is just the beginning, but I know you guys are gonna have my back along the way because I'm gonna have y'all back along the way as well. So thank you for everything, and I can't wait for us to just continue to grow in love.
I love it. And your aunt Glenda Jones, she's there.
Oh
Um,
yeah, no, no, no. Everybody, my auntie Glennie, my nana, my pop, my grandma in Florida, granny, everybody, my auntie, all my family's watching this right now.
okay,
And
and
one
Jack.
thing I noticed, if I may interject, you have a story to tell.
Mhm.
And I noticed this a wide view of your story, not just your relationship, but on the political side, on the other sides that you have to tell that story because if you don't do it and we don't do our part, the story would never be told. Please continue to tell your story, young man.
Mhm.
Thank you. I
I
will
appreciate
most
your gift to the
definitely.
world.
And something that you said, PJ, also, and you talk about faith, and it just reminded me of my favorite passage in the Bible, and I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, uh, I believe it's Hebrews 11, 1 through 3. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Am I right about that?
11 and 1. It's always about the ones.
11, 1.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So, PJ, and for you to have your faith being so strong, your confidence, I mean, the world is yours, brother. And a lot of people don't realize that drive, that faith, and that confidence will take you everywhere. And in lack of it, you're at a standstill. Brother Robert?
Yes, and also that making sure that when you do have that belief, but you're also putting it to work. As the good book says, faith without works is dead. And that's basically the idea of you can believe all you want, but if you don't put your hands to something, it's not going to come through.
That's it.
Same thing is you put your hands to doing a lot of things, but you don't have the belief that something's going to come out of it. It's not going to work. So you're doing the right mixture of it, and look at where it's getting you right now.
And also, he's showing the world that no, not every 18-year-old is a knucklehead. Okay, no, seriously. And I look at the way. Tell me a little background. Your parents, what do they do professionally? If you can share that.
No problem. So my mom is an entrepreneur. My mom is all about fashion. That's where I get my artistic abilities from. So my mom right now, she's dealing with starting her own clothing company just to sell some of my older clothes from when I was younger and build that into something else. And my dad is a manager. So my dad is used to being on the road, dealing with things in the entertainment industry, stuff like that.
And what again, I know I'm being redundant to a point that they believed in you perhaps before you knew how to believe in yourself. Is that a correct statement?
I think so. Like I've always just like kind of been headstrong. Like since I was a little kid, I just remember being like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And my parents are like, okay, cool. Cause it was nothing crazy. It's just like, okay, mom, I'm gonna draw now. I'd be like, all right, cool. That's it. But like I guess that and their love just kind of helped me grow, help me grow and help my confidence grow as well.
Oh, great. I interview or have conversations with also music artists as well, many music artists. And I asked them, and I'm going to ask you this. When did you know that you could do this? When did you know that you had the it factor? When did you know that you were talented?
I think it was third grade. And I started to make comics. I was making comics for my class. I would do it for myself and my friends. But then the comics would be distributed around my whole class. And my friends would laugh at them and they'd be like, yo, this is great. This is funny. I'm like, cool. Okay. All right. I'm doing something else than just like drawing a Mickey Mouse for somebody. Like people are looking at my work and they're laughing and they're being like, wow, this is great. Or, oh, I can relate to this. I'm like, all right, I could be doing something more than just drawing something. I got something else, and then that grew. And then I feel like everything else hit when I made it to the fifth grade. Fifth grade is when I'd be watching animations online and I would see people literally do things from their room and have it distributed out everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I really need the right software now. Like I can do this myself. I have ideas that I feel like I want to share with the world. I want to be able to do this. And then as I've grown and I'm watching different things, I'm seeing individuals like Spike Lee and even, Will Smith, Jamie Foxx. They're all talented people who do multiple things. Jamie Foxx plays the piano, but he's also a comedian and he's a producer and he's a director. And Will Smith started as a artist. He was doing hip hop, and then he went into movies. So and Spike Lee just does everything. He directs, he acts in his films, all of it. That showed me that there's no limit to what I want to do.
That's right.
That's all that showed me. And I was like, okay, since I'm making my friends laugh with these comics, I guess I could also write. And I guess from there, I make my family laugh all the time. Maybe I can make or go in front of the camera, be an actor. Maybe I could still be behind the scenes. Maybe I could still draw. Maybe I could still do this. I do funny voices. I could do voices in the cartoon one day. Maybe, I don't know. all I knew from then on out when I was about 11, 12 years old is that I wanted to do everything, sort of, kind of. And that's what I did with Homies. I voiced about 7 characters in it.
Oh,
I animated it. I did the music for it. We did the theme song. You can stream the theme song right now on Apple Music, Spotify. It's called "Chilling with the Homies," and I wrote it in my bedroom day before Christmas Eve. I was just like, you know what? No, the original idea for the cartoon was for it to just start with the song, but then I was like, wait a minute. All of my favorite cartoons have a memorable theme song that like you always sing to yourself and you remember. I wanted to do that, so I wrote the song, I rap on the song, and my 2 friends, Jamie and Lewis, they sing on the song. Lewis sings the hook, and I wrote it for Lewis because he's a very talented singer, and Jamie sings the bridge. And Jamie would always sing karaoke with us, and she sound great, but she was never like accustomed to putting herself out there. I was like, you know what? No, will you sing on my theme song? Yeah, sure, whatever, I guess. Okay, boom. And then we all did it together, you know? So through making Homies, I realized that I can cover multiple grounds. You know, I'm not just art and animation, you know, but that is my stronghold. That's my foundation. And that's what I know is going to open multiple doors for me one day.
Hmm. And in fall, now you're going to NYU, is that correct?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Why NYU?
NYU has everything that I'm looking for
Yeah.
when it comes to art.
Yeah.
It's located in a place where art
Hmm.
is so important and integral, you know, and I know that I am most definitely going to make all the right relationships and meet all the right people there. It's kind of like it's just art essential, and it's where I know I need to
Yeah.
be.
That's absolutely
definitely.
incredible. Clayton, were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, it's one of the more prominent art schools that you can come from, NYU. And kudos to you on that as well. And I hope you much success. I would like to know, how far do you want to take your animation? Are you going full 3D to full production? Is that your end goal?
My end goal really is to just get my work on a TV screen. You could stream my work on Netflix, you could stream it on Disney Plus, but whatever
Mhm.
God has planned for me, I'm going with it.
Right.
You know,
I
if
got
one
you.
day I create an animated film that's 3D CGI and it's in a movie theater, I would
Yeah.
love to do that. I would
Right.
love to do 2D for television. I would love to cover anything that I can, basically.
Mm.
But my main goal right now is to have an animated 2D television show on a
Right
very
on.
prominent streaming service or on television.
You walking with a lot of wisdom. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
like you mentioned earlier, Clayton, too, a lot of talent as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know I'm repeating myself over and over again, but I love your enthusiasm and drive. It's like nothing's going to stop me. Get out of my way. I'm going to do this type of thing. Robert, what do you have?
Yeah, so basically saying, PJ, especially going to NYU, being a native New Yorker myself, you've got Greenwich Village, you've got Soho, you've got Tribeca, you have the West Village as well. You have all various different types of art that is available to you at your expertise. And that's just walking outside of NYU in itself, just being that community. But you can also absorb everything as a sponge. So definitely, you made the right decision. Just make sure that you just take the subway. Don't know
Yeah,
cars. Okay.
got you.
Hmm. You know, Michael Sledge. I don't know Michael Sledge. Is he a groove? I'm not exactly sure. Well, it doesn't matter. It's good if he is. But what he says is so important. It's in his DNA. Yeah. Eh,
Absolutely.
oh, absolutely, absolutely, and that's what Clayton and I were talking about earlier today. Uh, let's see, Glenn Ford Braz. Is that Papa G? Who is
That's
that?
Papa G. That's my Papa G. That's my grandpa.
It's your grandfather.
Right.
Hey,
Yep.
Hello,
Papa
Grant.
G. I know you've been knowing this gentleman all his life. I know you and his grandmother, his mom and dad, and aunts and uncles. I know you guys are extremely proud of this young man. I just met him, and I'm extremely proud of him. And of the reason why we decided or created this program called Groove Swing Speaks. Ladies and gentlemen, mark it down. Bring your children around the radio, around the speakers, or Facebook or whatever it is, because the reason why we created this, and thank you, Robert. This is episode number 64. We wanted to bring and showcase the talent, the brilliant talent that we have in our community. And
Yes.
hopefully it will inspire and uplift someone else to say, oh, wow, perhaps I can do that. Oh, he did it. He looks like me. Oh, he's a young man. Oh my God, I can do something at an early age. And
Yes.
what I'm finding with this generation now, you guys are starting younger and younger and starting your own businesses, doing your own thing, and it's not showcased enough on mainstream TV and or radio. But doggone it, we're going to do it right here on the Buzz. Tiffany, what do you have?
So much. First off, I just want to say that, even though I'm old enough to be your mother, you have inspired me to really stop procrastinating. I'm just going to keep it real and really just start putting my stuff out there. Because, like you say, you can have all these ideas, as Robert had just said earlier, you can have all these ideas, but don't do anything with it. And it's like, okay, but I see that you have actually stepped out there and you have executed your ideas and you are getting the feedback. You know what I mean? You're putting yourself out there, despite whatever. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, like we needed this conversation. I needed to hear this tonight. So I want to say thank you for coming and for just speaking up and speaking out and being bold. That's the main thing I'm getting from you, is that you have a very bold spirit and a very courageous spirit. And I really appreciate that about you. Also, are you aware of the film festivals that are out there that you can apply for?
I am, and a few of my uncles before I've been like, "Hey, Neff, homies, look like it would be good to put on these festivals." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So any piece of work that I have that I feel like I want to submit, I definitely would. But thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely love to keep in contact and keep up with you, because I'm telling you, my spirit has been lifted on tonight, for real, for real. Just because of seeing what you're doing. And you never know. That's the thing, guys. We never know who's watching us, who we can possibly encourage or inspire through our works and our words. And so I'm feeling good. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I agree with
Solid.
Janice Crump. Janice Crump, is that a relative of yours as well?
That's my aunt Nisi.
That's your aunt Nisi? All right, so cool. She says it's going to
Hello.
happen. Yeah, Janice, I agree. Well, it's already happening. He's taking this ball and he's absolutely running with it, like Gail Sayers. I mean, I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
he's doing his thing, and it's going to be more. I want you to do. We've got a few minutes left to go, but anyway, I want you to promise that you will come back, okay, on this network, because we have had such a blast here, and you've uplifted someone. You've uplifted Tiffany, for instance. As a matter of fact, you've inspired everyone on this panel, I really believe, because all of us, Clayton and I were talking
Yeah.
last week or so, and we were talking about the very thing, procrastination.
Yeah.
Procrastination is a killer. All
It's
right. And if you
definitely.
have a talent and you don't use it, you could lose it, couldn't you? I mean,
Hmm.
so what you're doing is so admirable. Is Tanisha still with us? Tanisha?
Yes, I am. I feel the same way as Tiffany too, as well. So I'm inspired myself, and of course, just your walk in faith and your walk with God too has inspired me too.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
Thank
Go,
you.
just
go on.
on keeping that faith up, and don't let the fiery darts come at you. Don't let nothing deter you. Don't let anything come against you. Just keep a pray. If you get a thought in your mind, you cast that down. And you ask God to put you in the right alignment with people that are going to bless you and open the doors to glorify Him, and to basically open up the doors so that you can do His work and His will too, as well, because you're doing a great work within Him too, as well.
Right.
I'm
Thank you so
proud of you.
much.
I'm proud
Thank
of
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm old enough to be Tiffany's mom too. So,
you see, and this is the thing about it, PJ. You have that spirit that can inspire all ages, and you do inspire all ages. And I look at it like this, and I don't know if you thought about this or not, because there's a lot of negativity out here. But would you say that your faith is your shield?
I think so. God is my shield, period.
Come on now.
Always,
There it is.
always. But just my mindset, all of that comes from God and my family, like I said. And yeah, I use that as my shield. I use, things that I've been through previously
Mm-hmm.
also as my shield too, because that guides me to make the right decisions. You
Mm-hmm.
know, things you've done in the past, it's like, okay, I'm not going to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Then things are brought in front of you, and then you're like, okay, I've been through this before. Now I understand why I went through that. Now I know how to get through this. I'm gonna make the right decision this time. So all of that, I feel like life in general, God and life is my
Yeah,
shield.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's it.
That's what I say.
And at a young age, you've got so much wisdom, young man. Robert,
Thank you.
what do you have, Robert?
I'm saying also that your gift has now opened up a lot of doors
Mm-hmm.
where things basically have might have been closed, but now they're being opened up. You're put in front of various different people at various different stages, and more is definitely to come.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that definitely is what I would say. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Okay, you got some feedback. Okay, Robert. Okay, no problem at all.
One second.
I tell you, PJ, I was in now this radio industry. Like I created a station. We're in our 11th year, self-owned,
Wow,
self-operated,
congratulations.
and it came from an idea, came from a dream, and I just stepped out on faith and said, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this." Uh, and so what I see is that, and also with that, you provide opportunities for other people as well. Now, and you built also mentioned, I'm not sure what you talk about, your own production company, so to speak. I'm
Yep.
thinking when he says this and the way you talking tonight, I said, man, this cat is going to be big as Tyler Perry one day. Keep this up. No, and it can happen. And you're at an age right now, and you have the motivation. Let's see, let's bring Robert back in. And I remember I have another business. I'm a financial advisor. And I used to work for a major firm, and I had to hire a lot of agents. And I looked for the agents that came in with an attitude like you. If they came in and they were all negative, guess what? You're not going to get too far, especially with me. I talk about motivation. I try to garner that onto. I used to garner that onto my agents and things of that nature. But your attitude will take you so far
Mm-hmm.
because you can have all the talent in the world, and if you have a negative attitude or something like that, those are roadblocks there. And so, no, go ahead. I'm getting some feedback. Okay, all right. We know who the culprit is, don't we, Tanisha? I just
Yeah, we sure do.
no problem at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, Craig.
How do you say? Okay, we're gonna mute your mic. Okay, there we are. How do you stay so positive and up? Because being around somebody like you, you uplift other people. How do you stay so up yourself? What motivates you?
Well, thinking about others, first and foremost,
Mm,
because you can see somebody having a bad day from a mile away, and I look at them and I think, how would I want to be treated?
Yeah,
You always got to treat others the way you want to be treated, regardless of what you think about them sometimes. See, if somebody disrespects you, that's completely different. But if it's just, somebody minding their own business, you got to treat them how you would want to be treated.
mm-hmm,
I go through
yeah,
my life with that notion, and I also think that one bad day doesn't equal a bad life.
mm-hmm.
You have one bad day, you're down on your luck, whatever, that doesn't mean that your entire life is bad. That
That's right.
doesn't define who you are. That doesn't define what your life is. You just got to pick yourself up and keep on going. Like even when I'm upset, I always like I always end up looking at my situation and I'm like, okay, I'll mope for like 5 minutes and then I'll just pick myself back up because am I gonna waste my time moping or am I gonna do what I gotta do?
Right.
That's just a waste of time, in my opinion. You just got to be able to pick yourself up even when you're at your lowest. And if you can't do that, God will definitely do it for you.
Mm-hmm,
wow, yep,
mm-hmm.
You know?
whoa.
You know,
That's right.
I think everybody on this panel has been down once or
Yeah.
twice, and if things change when you get up and you take action.
Yeah.
You can lay there, and be depressed or oh, I don't feel like doing this. But things change when you get up. Okay, when you get up and do something. Okay, okay. I don't know what she's talking about. Preacher. Maybe she's calling you a preacher too. My sister.
That's what he
I-
is. He's ordained. He's most definitely anointed. He is most
Absolutely.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
the
Thank
truth.
you.
You know, Tanisha.
I
Go
just
on.
think he's anointed. To be honest with you, he is beyond the animation. He has. It's like he has the spirit of Solomon on him. That's what it reminds me of. Spirit of
That's
wisdom.
right. He does have
So
that.
I'm excited. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna get up and start making some candles and some soaps and stuff like that too myself because I've been procrastinating. There's no excuse for it. You have motivated me.
Thank you
Mhm.
so
You
much.
know?
Right. And your Aunt Ella, what? Let's see. What was that? Aunt Ella says she's very proud of you and loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Tanisha, we
Yes,
get
thank
feedback.
you, Carla. Thank you.
Huh?
We getting feedback on you.
Can you?
Okay, I'm gonna mute it for right now. Okay, but that's okay. So, what would you like to say?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Yes, PJ, what would you like to share with the audience? I ask my our guests this all the time. Uh, what is the one thing that you wanted us to ask you that we haven't?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you guys asked me everything that like I was like really prepared for. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
Right.
come in, I'll answer these questions, I don't know. I don't think there's been anything.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Okay, so someone reached out and they asked to shout out your favorite school, your favorite teachers. Who are some teachers or educators that inspired you? And also, are you going to animate your parents or any of your loved ones? You're going to put them in
Oh
the
man.
episodes.
Okay, first of all, I want to get to that because the shout out's gonna go crazy. Um, but my parents, my family, my dad is already in the first episode of Homies. The first
Okay.
episode, I wanted to do like a Tom and Jerry kind of thing because if you remember in those cartoons, the humans' faces were always cut off. It's just focused on Tom and Jerry beating each other up. In Homies, you see like half of my dad's face because the cartoon is just focused on the kids. But as the series progresses, you're gonna be able to see the parents' full bodies because the stories that my friends and I have to share about our parents are very integral to who we are and how we want to, share our relatability to everybody else. So you're definitely going to get stories with our parents and our family members. My friends have brothers and sisters. You're going to get stories about me not wanting to walk my dog, all of it. But when it comes to the teachers in my life, since I was 3 when I first started school to today, so many teachers have pushed me to be the greatest. My nursery teacher, Miss Wazak, always had my back and always pushed me to be great. My 8th grade teacher, Miss O'Keefe, we would always speak about my art, and she would give me great advice and tell me stories about her and her family and their relationships with animation and how they love certain things. Miss Scalisi in 1st grade, Miss Castman in 3rd grade. In high school right now today, most definitely Mr. Hughes. He was my math teacher freshman year, and he was my personal finance teacher junior year, last year. He's definitely had a positive impact on me. He's told me stories about, animation in his life, but he's pushed me forward. Mr. Schaller, Mr. Pedrick, they're my art teachers. I really appreciate them. Miss Runge, my physical ed teacher, she's pushed me to be great too. But yeah, those are just some quick shout outs. Those people really, really have my back, and I really, really appreciate them. To this day, even my older teachers, to this day.
Oh, wow, wow.
Okay.
Let's see. Nana is having a hard time accessing the chat. Papa Nana said, "We love you, PJ, and keep doing your best. We're very proud of
Thank
you."
you guys.
So this is
Thank
what
you.
I want to do. Just in case a lot of your listeners have missed it, we're on YouTube. Well, we're on YouTube Live right now. And we'll have it on live, and we'll also switch it over to our YouTube homepage. And that YouTube is Studio W The Buzz, Studio W The Buzz, Studio W The Buzz. Uh, Now, also Facebook, Studio W The Buzz, and we're on LinkedIn and Instagram. Also, it will be up on the website. which is www.studiow.buzz, www.studiow.buzz, and Alexa. So, and the Apple app, I forgot that. Go to your Apple App Store, and now you get the audio only on the app. Okay, that's right, Emma. Don't forget the W. Go to your Apple App Store and download Studio W or Studio.w. Our Android app should be back online pretty soon. Okay. There was someone by the name of Zigzag said something about you inspired. What did he say exactly? Let's put it up. Okay. Zigzag said you're his inspiration and gets his drawing skills from you. Uh, who is Zigzag?
Zigzag's my little cousin. That's his nickname we got from. His name is Isaiah. We call him Zigzag because when he was little, he just run around everywhere. Like Zigzag, come here. But that's my guy. That's my guy. I love him to death,
I
man.
love it.
Cool,
Thank you.
cool.
He's a phenomenal artist himself.
How
He
old is he?
draws all the time. Oh my gosh, I think he's like 7, 8 right now. I know he's
Oh,
pushing 10 years old. I'm not ready for that.
that is too
I'm not
cool,
ready for
man.
that.
That's what I'm saying. You inspire people all over it. So we need to get this out, and that's why you have to come back on this
Almost
network.
definitely.
Oh, absolutely. I hope you've enjoyed yourself so far. Who else
Thank you,
has a
man.
question? We've got about 4 minutes. Oh, Zigzag is 9.
He's
That's
9. Yep.
that's incredible. I love
Jeez.
it. I love it. Tiffany, what do you have? And then we can go to Robert, then Tanisha, then back to Clayton.
I see is Jamie. I see Jamie Vargas. Is that it says 1/3 of PJ's homies in the chat. Is that part of
Yep.
your
Yep.
group?
That's Jamie. She voices Jenny in the cartoon.
Okay.
So she's one of the homies. She sings on the theme
One of the
song.
homies.
That's one of my best friends.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Let's see, man, this is so wonderful. I would love this. So make sure you share this with all of your friends. Tell your friends to share it, your family to share this episode because it's been phenomenal. And I promise you, you've inspired our audience tonight, and you're going to inspire more and more people to come. Man, I'm going to follow you. I'm definitely going
Thank
to
you
follow
so
you. No
much.
question about it. Is it Jamie Vargas? Yeah, they love you. Well, I can understand why you
Thank
love
you,
him. He's
Jenny.
such an inspiration. Let's see, what do we have next? Tanisha.
I'm here. Yeah, I was going to ask about his social media page. I want to get some information on that too, so we can follow him too as well. I like to follow him too. Follow his success.
No
No
problem.
problem.
So
So
to
to
find
find
anything
anything
homies,
homies,
just
uh,
look up Perry Pen Productions. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube is where you can watch the pilot for homies, and you get different comics. My friends and I we voice out homies comic strips, so you get a little taste of what the rest of the series is going to be like. But all homie stuff is on Perry Pen Productions, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And you can follow me personally on Instagram. I am at PJB Drawn. And on TikTok, I'm just at PJ Draw.
Hey, TJ, are you open to having the next time you come on? Would you like to bring some of your homies with you, or your
Yeah,
homies with
no problem. If they want to join, that's on them.
you?
Awesome.
We're definitely going to have you back on. Lee 007, proud of you, PJ. All right, Michael Sledge, awesome, awesome. Let's see who I don't want to leave anybody out. Robert, any final thoughts? We've got 1 minute. I can't believe it's gone that fast.
Yes, thank you very much, Perry, for being on the show today, and
No
all the
problem.
best
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank
All the best to you at NYU, and take in the atmosphere. We don't have to tell you to stay focused because you're already there. You're already on the straight and narrow. So basically, just keep moving forward, and that goes for yourself and your team, and also may your business scale a lot because what you have so far, that's scalable along the way too. But never forget where your origin is from. That's what's important.
Right, right,
No
right, right.
problem. Thank you so much.
That's right, Lisa. We would love to see PJ back on the screen too. Just great, yes, great communication skills. Like I said, he doesn't know it, but he's also a motivational speaker. He doesn't know that part yet. I don't think. I'm not sure. Clayton, what do you have?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, young man. I do appreciate you. Uh, honestly, I wanted to hear your story because you were so inspiring. Now, I'm a
Thank you.
retired Master Sergeant of the United States Air Force, and that was my field, multimedia and graphic arts. And I'm telling you, we taught people how to do what you're doing now, but you have taught me a lot tonight about how to go out there to get it, your wisdom of how you put things together and what God has instilled to you, and you have a desire to go ahead and share with other people. That's God's love right there. So
Absolutely.
I
Thank you.
want you to continue to do that and never forget your passion first, because all the other stuff is going to be coming out.
It's
He's
great
going to
stuff,
put
man.
you in the right places at the right time. He's going to close the doors that you don't supposed to go through. But never forget your passion, because he gave that gift to you, and don't make it into a commercial, because that's when we start to lose it as artists. Because I started the same age as you did when I started drawing from comic books and Marvel comics and stuff like that. And then I started to lose it a little bit because I didn't have that passion, desire to move forward anymore. But by you talking about that tonight, you built a fire upon us as
Mm-hmm.
artists, dancers, musicians, poets, whatever art it is out that you have. This man has inspired us to move forward with it. So
Yeah.
take heed. Thank you so much for coming on board. You done my heart good, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, PJ, is there anything you like to say in closing?
I just like to say thank you all so much for having me. Like I genuinely really, really appreciate it. One of my favorite things to do is to talk like this. Like I love uplifting my friends. I love uplifting people in general. So all of your kind words truly, truly mean the world to me. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, you're
Thank
certainly
you.
welcome, and we've got to have you back soon. It's going to be sooner than you think. Okay, we
Okay.
and we'll let the world know that we know PJ. PJ,
That's right.
yep, absolutely. The buzz knows PJ. Hey, thank you, young man. I really appreciate it. I knew it. I told the panel also, especially Clayton. I said it's going to be good.
I
It's
want my
going to be
autograph.
good.
I got you. Hey, I'm not forgetting. I'm not forgetting.
Hey, where are you located? Where are you located?
I'm in New Jersey. I originate from Brooklyn, but I'm out in New Jersey now, and I'll be going straight back to New York for college. So,
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right. Hey,
Cool.
thank you so much.
all
And tell
right.
your
Thank
friends
you.
about the buzz. All right. Share with your
Most
friends.
definitely.
Tell them, listen. Oh, I've got little 007, outstanding young man. Now she's not. She's on the app right now, and she says, uh, "Outstanding young man." Let me get to it real quick. Uh, Said he will do well as long as he stay focused on. He has great support. Focus and realizes he has great support, and he knows that. And I think his focus is pretty much there. I really do. Hey
I would
guys,
say.
hey,
I
thanks,
would say.
thanks so much, PJ.